Hey, what's up, YouTube? I just want to make a quick video on something that just truly crossed my mind, and it's just like, how did they drop the ball this bad? So, as you can see on the screen, this is the website for the Illinois High School Association. Basically, this is the association that uh, I guess, governs high school sports in the state of Illinois. Every state has their version of this. But as you can see on this specific page, you see esports. Um, some people don't even still realize or know that esports is kind of like a recognized up and coming sport in the state of Illinois. Um, some know that, some don't. Of course, most people still don't really take it that serious or anything like that. But it is here. It is a legit thing. And what clearly legitimized it, we have Robert Morris. They basically spearheaded. They changed the game when they pretty much started offering players scholarships, right? Like, that was a game changer. That raised a lot of eyebrows, and guess what? It made people have to kind of pay attention to the esports landscape, the esports world, at least from the educational point of view. People had to start paying attention to that, because when your school has their national signing day, and well, guess what? I can say I have this kid, or this kid is going to college on a scholarship to play League of Legends, to play Overwatch. Things are kind of different, right? And we're going to see that more and more as the years go on. You already have a nice amount of universities and colleges and things like that that are bought in on this. Generally, typically, smaller schools are super bought on this compared to your bigger schools, your Power Five, your Big Ten and SEC, where it's like, okay, they have teams and everything, but they haven't necessarily gotten around to, oh, we want to finance this. We want to give people full ride scholarships to play this game. But like, even they have teams. We know in the state of Illinois, you have University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign, or U of I. I mean, I know that they have competed nationally on a high level, right? You have College League of Legends, and I don't watch it, but I'll skim through and I'll see. Oh, I was like, okay, Urbana Champagne, like, they're actually in this tournament, like, they're legit, like, they actually made it this far, and we know Robert Morris. Everybody knows that name. Um, the thing that gets me is this: it wasn't anything to do with the scholarships or this, that, or the other, but I'm viewing it from kind of a business point of view, an equity point of view. I'm viewing it from these different realms, and I'm realizing that Google, Nvidia, Amazon, these services like this, they missed an opportunity. And it's not even like they missed it, because they can still do it, but they're missing a huge opportunity. Just think about this, especially Google. And I'm gonna put Google Stadia on the screen. Everybody, we know about Google Stadia. Commercial success, not at all. But think about this: if you live in Austin, Texas, or I want to say, what's the other place? Salt Lake City or Provo, Utah, one of those, then you know for sure what Google Fiber is. And Google Fiber, I was so excited about Google Fiber. I live in Chicago, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, Chicago's going to get this eventually. Huge city, but Chicago's going to get this eventually. And it's going to be a game changer. It never happened. But it is still out there in a few places. And they are still slowly but surely trying to, move around to certain places. But there was that point in the world where, Google Fiber was supposed to change internet for everybody. And it still kind of blows me that, companies like Comcast and AT&T and Verizon and basically all these internet service providers were up in arms going to sue the hell out of Google because of what they were doing. Because Google wanted fiber everywhere. And what Google was offering when it came with fiber was you're going to get a 1 gig connection, I want to say download and upload. Or at least the download was for sure 1 gig and the upload was still something ridiculously out of this world. Like, it was just crazy, right? So what we were going to give you was top quality internet. We were going to give you true fiber internet. They were changing infrastructure. We're talking about they're coming into neighborhoods and they're wiring, they're setting everything up. This wasn't just here's the service and we're going to use the wires that Comcast already, no. Infrastructure change. But here was the kicker. Here was the thing that was the game changer. Let's say Google Fiber was in your neighborhood. Google was planning to roll out. They've already started digging things up. They were already there. All you had to do, and all they were asking was, okay, we can put fiber into the infrastructure of your home. We can make it available to you. One-time deal. One-time thing. You just had to pay this one-time thing, and the infrastructure was there. You didn't even have to commit to the service. Because to get the full gig internet, upload, download, all that, like that's their actual monthly service. But the infrastructure, the fiber infrastructure, they just wanted people to sign on. It would have been a one-time thing. And in all honesty, if I'm a property owner, this is an upgrade to my property. So I'm not going to turn that down, in all honesty. I'm really not. So this one-time payment you would have made to get this fiber infrastructure, set up in your property, I can't remember how much it cost, but it wasn't anything that was like, oh no, this is just way too expensive. This is not, it's too much money. You would have had it, and this is where I really thought, I was like, Google's really about to change the world. You would have gotten Google Fiber. And even if you didn't pay for the monthly subscription, the monthly internet service, as long as you had their infrastructure installed in your home, they were going to give you free internet. Just for the simple fact that it was in your building. It was a part of the internet jacks that when you plug in everything would have been fiber. And even if you did not pay for their service, they were at least going to give you, I think it might have been like at least a free 10 megabits or something like that, right? And when I remember reading that, I was like, not even from the gaming perspective, it was like just from the equitable, like, this is what's needed in the world today perspective. Because the fact that we're in 2020 and you still have people who do not have internet, not even just Wi-Fi, but who just don't have access to the internet at all in their home, in their apartment, whatever, is a problem. It is the reason why remote learning, a lot of people view it as a failure. It is the reason why something that, in all honesty, at this point in the time in the world, internet is a resource that everybody should have. This is the world. This is the landscape of the world now. It used to just be food, water, shelter. Internet has to be added a part of that because it essentially is almost a necessity to do what you need to do in the world. Like I said, most of the internet service providers blocked Google from doing this because, trust me, they had a national plan They were ready to roll out across the nation. And then even then, they're still kind of trying to do it because they have like a subsidiary or something. I think they bought another company. So if you're in a place like Chicago that doesn't necessarily have Google Fiber, this other company that I believe that they purchased, it's like, you could still you could still get fiber or something like that installed in your building, and then you can still, run the fiber through so-and-so company. That's what they did. That's what they set up. So I'm like, even then, it's still somewhat possible. But I'm like, we could have probably been in a world right now where so many more people would have had decent, legitimate internet. Not for the prices that Comcast and AT&T and everybody, they're charging, oh, we got fiber. I'm like, I know for a fact what y'all have is not fiber. It's not. Because nobody came, I haven't seen Comcast in my neighborhood putting up new wires all around the place, and it's the same exact stuff they've been using. What they figured out was, okay, how can we push this through to give these people this speed and call it fiber? And then on top of that, okay, we're giving them this speed and calling it fiber, but then we have a data cap. And if you go over that cap, we're going to charge you more money. This is a whole nother convo. I don't even want to go into that because it infuriates me thinking about it. But like I said, you got Google Stadia, and then we have Google Fiber, and then we have Google Chromebooks, which is I know I'm like already 10, 11 minutes into this, and that's kind of what this is really about. Somebody asked me for help. To try to set up a esports remote learning tournament, and the students use Chromebooks. I'll say those words again. Esports remote learning Chromebook tournament. There are no real games that you could truly run on a Chromebook that you would really consider esports. And then we have to remember, well, we still are living in a world where not every kid has internet. So then you end up with some kids who may be left out because, well, maybe they have internet, but they don't have a decent enough speed to be like, I'm not lagging or yada, yada, yada. But then it hits me. And that's what this video is about. Let's say only a few kids. Let's say we're talking about a PE class. Let me give you a specific example. We're talking about a physical education class. The school wants to run some esports stuff. They want to engage the kids, something fun, competitive. And they're trying to make this tournament happen. Let's say it's a PE class. There's 30 kids. And let's say maybe 5 out of those 30 don't really have internet that's up to spec to really be able to, participate. Okay. We'll figure out something for those 5 kids, right? Maybe those 5 kids play Among Us or something on the side. That's not really esports, but it's something, and it's doable. And Among Us, you can't even play on a Chromebook, so... But, something's better than nothing. We'll figure out something for those 5. But the majority, the other 25... have good enough internet. They have good enough internet through Comcast or AT&T, whoever it is, because I know it ain't Google. But they have these Chromebooks. And then we come to Google Stadia. And in my mind, I'm like, how much would it cost to create 30 Google Stadia accounts. 30 accounts. So kids could try to run and play a legitimate game on these Chromebooks. They have the internet. The Chromebook specs ain't amazing, but the kid would probably be running and playing this stuff at low settings or something, so they can at least somewhat enjoy it. I'm like, is that something that could legitimately be done? It says right here, I was trying to zoom in, $10 a month after the trial. So $10 a month after the trial. 10 kids alone is $100. $300 for a class of 30. So we would need $300 for 30 accounts a month. $300 a month for this. It don't seem too bad, but that is kind of pricey. And then I also think, I'm like, okay, here's the issue with Stadia. We all know with Stadia, you don't really own the games. Like, you don't really have those games, if I remember correctly. Like if Stadia goes kaput, what happens with these games you buy? Right? That's always been the big issue with Stadia. That's why some people were like, I'm not doing that. Because if this goes south, my money's down the drain. When I could have bought all these games on an actual console, I could have bought all these games possibly on Steam or something. And at least I know Steam kind of ain't disappearing anytime soon. And then it makes me think, okay, besides Stadia, and the only reason Stadia is even really truly an option is because, well, Stadia, it's all Google. Well, there's Google Chromebook, Stadia. Technically, it works. You can, for sure, run Stadia on a Chromebook. It's more reliant on the internet connection, more than anything. It's the internet connection. That's all that really matters. I mean, of course, the better the Chromebook, the better your experience, but it's really just the internet connection. I go to GeForce Now. Now, some of you are like, what's GeForce? What? Who's GeForce? What? I know what Stadia is. I even heard of whatever Amazon was trying to do. But who is GeForce Now? Well, GeForce Now, I don't want to say GeForce Now was the original Stadia. No. But it was kind of in development around that same time. I want to say even before Stadia, right? And GeForce Now is more of like a remote computer type of thing. So for instance, I'm on that Chromebook. My internet's pretty decent. Well, what it would do is it would remote me in via server or whatever to some super RTX 3090 PC somewhere. And I could play all the games on the planet. I could play whatever I want to play. Technically, I own the games because what GeForce Now really does is, well, you're just using a remote PC. And if you have Steam, well, then you can go to Steam and log in and, well, you have access to your library. You can play the games. That's how it works. League of Legends, okay. Most of these, like, I'm pretty sure the way the stuff is set up, League of Legends is like already there on the computer, right? It's on the server. You double click League of Legends, it's there, it's running. You just got to log in with your account. So you look at something like GeForce Now, and you're like, this might be super legit. How much does GeForce Now cost? Well, I want to say it's cheaper than Stadia. It says you get standard access, 1 hour session length, $0 a month. So I'm like, okay, wait, is it 1 hour a day? Is it 1 hour a month? Like, how do these sessions work? I need to know. This could be a legit game changer. I know for $5 a month, I get priority access, whatever that means. Extended session length. How long are the sessions? RTX on. What's RTX on? I don't want to actually join this, but I'm clicking to see if it takes me something. It's not going to show me what I want to see. Let me just go back. Let's go back. Maybe there's more info. Something I'm missing. Like it says, the games you own. So it's literally, well, you have a Steam library and you can play your games. Connect to your favorite stores and stream your library of games. You make your purchases on your personal store account. Your games will always stay with you. Great. Share the wins, from massive wins to epic fails. Yada, yada, yada. Get playing. Join GeForce Now and start playing for free. Or upgrade your membership for faster access to our cloud gaming servers and extend gameplay sessions. So, we got Fortnite. It seems like I can play it on whatever that handheld thing is. I could take my phone, hook these controllers onto it, and I can play. I can definitely play it from a laptop, a MacBook. I can play it from, it looks like some sort of device. Something to do with Nvidia. Their version of a Steam box, it seems like, hooked up to a TV. I mean, it would be great if it went into a little bit more info on what RTX on is. Like what am I missing? Membership. If I click membership, it's gonna take me back to that page. See, yeah, I need the specifics. Oh, RTX, it's on. It's RTS. No, that's not the same thing. Oh, no, maybe it is. PC gaming like never before. Yada yada yada. So if I remember correctly, all this really is just saying that the computer you're getting on, for the most part, is definitely running. It would be running at RTX GPU. So you're going to be playing with at least a, 2060, 2070, 2080, maybe a 30 something. I don't know if they prioritized any of those for that. I mean, it's Nvidia. They probably do. Priority access. Get priority access to our cloud gaming servers. No waiting for your games to start. Just jump in and play. Extended session length. More freedom, more glory, more time to play. Play for hours without interruption. So, I mean, this is super legit. But like I said, it comes back to this for me. It comes back to this. I'm looking at Stadia, and it seems like Stadia needs to be running what Nvidia is running. Because Nvidia right now kind of got them super beat. But I still look at the overall situation like this. For both of these companies, even for Amazon, because I know Amazon's trying to dip their toe in this water, if I remember now. These companies could have, should have, and still can partner up with these school districts and optimize some of their stuff for kids to play on a Chromebook, a netbook, a little smaller computer. Something that clearly ain't a whole gaming rig like what I have set up. And I'm just sitting here like, how did nobody think about that? Kids are in school. They are remote learning, or they're hybrid, or they're still in the few I feel like are doing in person. But I feel like the majority is doing remote and or hybrid. If you set up some sort of deal with Nvidia, or preferably in this case, Google, seeing that Google, you make Chromebooks, you putting Chromebooks out into the world, your brand is there. Set up some sort of way, license something, charge XYZ to the school districts. They'll probably pay it. They probably will. You'd be shocked. To allow the kids to do this. We are in the esports world. We want things to be equitable. Make it happen. Because I should not look at Google Stadia. This is a phone. I see a Chromecast. I see what looks like an iPad or a tablet. Clearly a computer, a TV. That looks like, I forget, that's their specific controller they got, that they made. And I'm like, Google Stadia, you all could be on every kid's district Chromebook if you offered that deal and put it out there. If you offered that deal and put it out there for the right number. Don't get greedy. School district admin and video games tend to not go hand in hand. But, remember, esports is a thing. Kids are getting scholarships. We're trying to have our kids engaged. We're trying to keep the relationships going between the teachers and the kids. Now more than ever, an admin may be like, you know what? We can spend XYZ to give access to all 6,000 of the kids we have in our school district to get on this Google Stadia thing and play their games. The school district I used to work in, not even a whole 12 months ago, literally has about 6,000 kids. And it's a one-to-one district. Each student was given a device. That means that there are 6,000 kids with a device that could have had Google Stadia on it. And then let's say you got some sort of free games on there that they can play for sure. They don't even have to buy a game. They can play these games. These are multiplayer, somewhat school appropriate, so not really shoot 'em up type of games. 6,000 from that one school district in the state of Illinois. Let's multiply that by like the whole rest of the country. The ball's been dropped. Maybe the ball was never dropped. The ball was never picked up in the first place. Did you all just not know? Did nobody think about this? That can't be the truth. Google Classroom is probably one of the most used platforms Monday through Friday in America at this point. Google Classroom is being used more than it probably ever was before in this current remote learning landscape. Google, you want Stadia to pick up some steam? I'm a teacher. That is my profession. So I'm not just saying this stuff out of nowhere. I'm not out of the blue just talking. I'm a teacher. I am a high school teacher. If I could hop on Google Stadia and my kids could hop on and we play a game of I don't know what, but we playing some games together, having fun, a good old time. Do you know how much of a game changer that would be in this current climate? Huge. It would be huge. Nvidia, this is also your chance. Your numbers seem pretty legit. I mean, I might mess around and download this thing just to get on for free. And if you're telling me I can get on for free, I get a 1 hour session. Most of these class periods are 1 hour anyway. I don't know what you mean by standard access, but I mean, I can get on and I can get on for an hour and, you know, I just got to have the game myself. Okay, let me find what's free that I can run, you know, with my kids. You know, I got to figure it out. All right, but if I for sure, you're telling me for sure, I get an hour a day, I get 60 minutes a day, and I can play whatever, great. And then even if not that, think about it. You all are willing to do a founders version, even though GeForce Now has been out for a little while now. But I guess because you all haven't reached where you want to reach, to where you want to go super public with it and yada, yada, yada. So you're still calling it founders. $5 a month ain't bad. $5 a month ain't bad. But what deal can you cut? If I want all the kids in my school district to be able to have access to something like this. If I want all the kids in my school district to be able to use this and they can just get on and go from there. How can you optimize it and set it up for us? And what would that number look like? Because $5 a month, that won't be it. $5 a month won't be it. But you know how education goes. There's contracts. No high school district, no school district in general is doing this on a month-to-month basis. They're like, okay, what do we got to pay to secure this for like the next year or 2 or 5 or 10? What number? Let's cut that down. I don't even think you're going to be able to do it for because $5 a month ain't going to do it. Maybe, and I'm just saying, maybe you do $1 a month per kid times yada, yada, yada. Right? And of course you're going to have your minimum number, right? But like I just said, the school district I was at had 6,000 kids. Let's do $12 times 6,000 kids. God damn. That's a lot of money. So I don't know. I'm not even 100% sure if that one's feasible. Did I do the math wrong on that one? $12 times 6,000. Yeah, that's a lot of money. So I'm not even sure if that one's going to work. $1 a month for... I don't know. We might have to do pennies on the dollar for this one. 25 cents times 12 times 6,000. Even that's $18,000. That's a lot. So I guess in my case, it's more of, I mean, I might not even need every kid to have this. You know, I just may need the licenses. I may just need something where I can offer this. My students can use it. I don't know. Let's figure something out. Like, that's what we're trying to do. Let's figure something out. Let's figure something out. But like I said, I feel like a ball is being dropped because you could be on just about every high school aged student's device in America right now. Stadia could be on every Chromebook, every device of a high school age student. GeForce Now could be on all of these kids' devices. Like I said, the only thing that would really get in the way is internet. Because I know you all, in order for your services to run properly, you essentially are requiring solid internet to run it. I get that. But there's no reason this is not doable. I have faith somewhere down the line you could figure something out. Something that could work with schools. I know a lot of esports teams that essentially aren't functioning right now. Or at least the esports teams in schools or school districts where, guess what, you have low social economic status. So guess what? Those kids at home don't have gaming PCs, and they were able to meet up and play Overwatch or play League at school. But how can they do that if school is closed? You want to get some good karma, some good press? Make something happen with these schools. Make things equitable. Put these memberships out there, these services. Because guess what? These kids are going to grow up. Some of these kids already have a job. And they, in their free time after school, they'll probably switch from their school account to their personal account. And they'll spend their own money on buying those games and playing them. Why aren't these moves being made? How has nobody thought of this yet? Get it together.